whole purpose for this YouTube channel is to bring you guys value for free.
What's up, guys? Hey, so for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you probably never heard this story because it was so long ago, and really it was my very first business experiment that I ever had. But before I get started, for those of you that maybe this is your first video you're watching of me, my name is Matt Smith. I own a service company here in Michigan. Over the last 5 years, I've been building a service business, and now I work less than 10 hours a week on it. It's systemized, it does multiple hundreds of thousands a year, and I have a full staff on board, and it's really good. And the whole point of this YouTube channel is to provide free value for you guys, to hopefully you can learn something and implement it into your service company. So if you think that's you, please subscribe and like this video. But for those of you guys that never heard this lawn care story, when I was 17-ish, basically off and on as a junior in high school, I worked for this guy who was a couple years older than me. I think he was probably 3 or 4 years older than me. He was out of high school. He had his own lawn care business, and it was actually called PJ's Lawn Care. He no longer does it anymore, but I would help him. Basically, it was me and him, and I would weed whip for him. And the way he would pay me is he would pay me $5 per yard, and so I could make roughly, $10 an hour under the table. Being a junior in high school wasn't too bad, and I didn't mind the work because I liked being outside. Come my senior year, I'll backtrack a little bit. Kind of growing up my whole life, my best friend's dad, who was really my father-like role, and the father-like role in my life because my dad wasn't really around. He was an entrepreneur, big time, still is. And long story short is, over the years he had driven into my head. He didn't believe in college at all. I sucked at school anyway, and he always said, listen, my nickname was Tarzan. He said, Tarzan, listen, you'll have to work hard for your money early on, but very quickly you have to learn how to make your money work hard for you. And he would tell me that, not exaggerating, every single time I would see him, which would be 5-6 times a week, and just drill it in my head, drill it in my head, drill it in my head, and literally I still haven't forgotten to this day. I think about it all the time. And it's really how I kind of built my whole business, right? And I'll get into that later, but backtracking, after my junior year working for this guy, I said, man, I can do this myself. Like, why am I making $10 an hour? I see how this guy's talking to customers. I see how he's invoicing them. I see how he's cutting the grass, how he's interacting. I'm like, I can do all that, not only as good, but probably better than him. I said, so I'm gonna start my own lawn care business. So my senior year of high school, I started a lawn care business called Hometown Lawn Services. I live in a small town, if you can't tell. And I went out, I bought an Exmark mower. I took a loan out, my mom co-signed for me. That was terrifying. I think it was like $7 or $8 grand at the time. And then for those of you that live in the Detroit area, you may remember the Cash for Clunkers. That was a deal where you could turn in your junky car, and they were selling brand new work trucks. I had a GMC Sierra 1500, brand new 2-wheel drive bench seat work truck. I got it for $13,000 out the door. It was insane. Like, I think about it now, it's just insane. Like, I wish I had money to buy 100 of them. Anyway, so I bought a brand new work truck, a used trailer off Craigslist, I got a brand new mower, and then obviously weed whip and all that kind of crap. All in all, I had like $20,000 in debt as a senior in high school. And I remember we went and bought my mower. My mom let me skip a half day of school to go buy it from a place called Atherton Road Sales. And when I came to class, I was dating a girl. I came in after lunch, and when I walked in, she goes, "Are you feeling okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "When you walked in, you were white as a ghost." Well, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling good. I was nervous. I had that gut feeling like, what did I just do? Like, I just bought all this equipment. I don't even have one job to go to. And so what I started doing is after school and on the weekends when the weather started to get good, and I started a little bit late, honestly, that first season, I made up these, it was like this lime green paper that I printed out, Hometown Lawn Services, had my name, I didn't even have a logo, phone number, and what I did is I put a spot, I did this similar thing for my window cleaning business. I said lawn care with a line next to it, and then a price I would write in. And so after school and on the weekends, I would go and I would knock on doors and say, "Hey, my name is Matt Smith. I own Hometown Lawn Services, and I was curious if I could give you a free quote for lawn care." And what I would do is I would target the houses where I could see they had the lawn care stripes from lawn care companies because I knew they were a potential customer. And so a lot of people said, "Yeah, for sure, go for it." So I'd do a walk around the yard, pretend I knew what the heck I was doing. I rent $25 for the yard, or whatever it was. And sure enough, over that first season, I had just shy of 50 weekly accounts. Well, I couldn't do all those on my own, so I started hiring, I graduate, start hiring kids to work for me. Buddy Jason worked for me all summer, and I started paying him the same way that guy paid me, $5 a lawn, $5 a lawn. So I would make money, he was happy, he was making money under the table, and I did it for two and a half years, and then I went to Bible college. I regret selling my accounts and my equipment like I did, but it was a good lesson because it was one of those things is I didn't go to college, Bible college for a little over a year. I would have always wondered if I was supposed to, because I kind of felt like I was supposed to and then realized I wasn't. So it's kind of my lawn care story. I didn't sell it for anything like at all. Like I basically sold my equipment and I paid it off, and I actually sold the truck, I paid it off, I got a car, and then my lawn care accounts, I actually sold most of them to the guy that I used to work for. And so it was kind of an interesting thing, but a lot of you guys don't know that story. A lot of you guys think I just kind of jumped into the dirt hunter and that was it. But I actually owned a lawn care business long before that, and we only cut grass. We didn't do landscaping, any of that. But yeah, it's my story. So if you guys have a good story, I'd love to see you type it below or tag a video maybe you've made. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And share it with anybody who you think it might help or inspire, because that video, or this video here, I'm making it not to just kind of tell my story, but hopefully it'll reach somebody who is kind of on the edge, or maybe it's a high school kid who's like, I don't want to go to college, like that's not my thing, like I want to start my own business. It's totally doable, and if you work hard, you can blow it up. I mean, 50 accounts in your first year, that's crazy for an 18-year-old kid who's living at home. I was making more money than literally anybody in my grade, and it was pretty cool. So that's it. I love you guys. Hope you're doing well. By the way, one plug, if you own a service company and you need marketing, whether it's print, AdWords, or Facebook ads, let me know. There's a link below, serviceindustrymarketer.com. I own the company, and we help companies all over the country blow up through marketing and implement the strategies that my service business does on a monthly basis. So, see ya.